You are about to step into the most legendary kingdom in the history of One Piece. The Land of Giants. The Land of Warriors. The land where myths walk side by side with reality. The place that could hold the last road poneglyph. The place where the Pirate King's legacy still breathes. The place where Sun God Nika's laughter may echo louder than ever. And the place where the Straw Hats will either rise to their ultimate glory or fall against enemies greater than anything they have ever faced. Elbaf. Think about it for a second. This is the island we have been teased about for over 20 years. First in Little Garden, when we met Dory and Broggy. Then in countless references throughout the Grand Line. Elbaf has always been out there, waiting. And now, after Wano, after Egghead, after the world has been flipped upside down, the Straw Hats are finally walking into this kingdom of giants. But here's the thing. Elbaf is not just another stop. This is not Dressrosa, where a tyrant needed to be overthrown. This is not Whole Cake Island, where Sanji had to be rescued. This is not Wano, where a country had to be liberated. No, Elbaf is something more. It is a turning point. It is a stage where the final saga will accelerate into chaos, and every single Straw Hat might find the key to their next evolution. Why does Elbaf matter so much? It is the home of the Giants, the strongest warrior race in the world. It has been revealed in Chapter 1132 to have 3 levels called Underworld, Sunworld, and Heaven World. It is where Scopper Gaban, Joel D. Roger's right-hand man, is alive and respected as one of Elbaf's strongest. It has potential ties to the Void Century and the Sun God Nika legend. It could very well house the final road poneglyph, bringing us closer to Laugh Tale. It is the island that even Big Mom dreamed of conquering, which shows how valuable it is. It might be the stage for a clash between Shanks and Blackbeard, or even the Marines. It is the perfect setup for Straw Hat power-ups, awakenings, and emotional growth. And it is almost guaranteed to reveal more about Joy Boy, the ancient war, and the world's true history. That is already overwhelming, and yet it is only the beginning. Most people imagine Elbaf as a single massive island filled with giants. But Oda shattered that expectation in Chapter 1132 when he revealed that Elbaf is layered into 3 levels called Underworld, Sunworld, and Heaven World. The giants themselves are not simply oversized humans. From the first time we met Dory and Broggy on Little Garden, it was clear that these are warriors of honor. They fight not because they love violence, but because combat is their language, their ritual, and their tradition. Their lifespans alone make them unique. Giants can live for centuries, meaning their knowledge and traditions go back farther than almost any other race. Some of the giants alive today may have witnessed events close to the Void Century. And when it comes to combat, giants are unmatched. Their strength is legendary. A single swing of a giant's weapon can split mountains. Their durability makes them nearly unstoppable. Even the Marines have struggled against them. But strength is only part of it. What makes the giants so dangerous is their willpower. The same way Luffy stands up after every defeat, giants embody that spirit on an even grander scale. They are warriors who would rather die on their feet than live on their knees. This is why Elbaf is so feared, and why even the world government has tread carefully around it. In Chapter 1149, fans were blown away when Oda revealed that Scopper Gaban, Roger's right-hand man alongside Rayleigh, is alive and residing in Elbaf. Not only that, he is considered one of Elbaf's strongest warriors. Think about what this means. The Straw Hats are not just visiting a land of giants. They are stepping into the home of one of Roger's closest allies. Someone who sailed to Laugh Tale. Someone who knows the truth of the Void Century. Someone who fought alongside Roger against Whitebeard, Rocks, and countless others. This instantly makes Elbaf more than just another arc. It is a direct bridge between Luffy's journey and the legacy of the Pirate King. If Gaban chooses to share what he knows, or even just guide them a little, the Straw Hats could gain knowledge no one else in the world possesses. Let us be clear on what we know for sure versus what we can only guess. What is confirmed is that Elbaf has 3 levels. Scopper Gaban is alive here. Giants are the world's strongest warrior race. The Straw Hats have reached Elbaf. What is speculation is that Elbaf may hold the last road poneglyph. It may reveal deeper ties to Joy Boy and Nika. Shanks and Blackbeard could clash here. Big Mom's crew might return to reclaim their fallen matriarch's dream. Both the confirmed and the speculative are enough to make Elbaf one of the most exciting arcs in One Piece history. Why did Oda save Elbaf for the final saga? The answer lies in its potential. Elbaf is a perfect storm of strength, history, and destiny. Strength, because the Straw Hats will likely train, learn, or awaken powers here, and the giants may test them in ways no one else has. History, because with Gaban present and with possible poneglyphs hidden, Elbaf could reveal truths about the Void Century. Destiny, because the Sun God Nika's laughter, the echoes of Joy Boy, and the unresolved dreams of giants like Big Mom all lead here. When you combine all of this, Elbaf is not just an island. It is a crucible. A place where the Straw Hats will be refined by fire, their weaknesses exposed, and their strengths pushed to new levels. Elbaf is the land where legends live. And now, it is where the Straw Hats will carve out their next chapter. The Straw Hat Pirates have always been defined by growth. Every island, every battle, every encounter has forced them to push their limits. And by the time they step foot on Elbaf, the crew is no longer a group of rookies trying to survive in the Grand Line. They are battle-hardened warriors, each with their own strengths recognized across the seas. But in the world of One Piece, confirmed strength never stays static. It is always the starting point for the next leap forward. Let us start with Luffy, the captain whose journey has shaped the entire story. Since Wano, the world has changed the way it looks at Monkey D. Luffy. No longer just a troublesome pirate, he has been declared one of the 4 emperors. And the reason lies in the awakening of his devil fruit. What was once thought to be the Gomu Gomu no Mi was revealed as the mythical Hito Hito no Mi, model Nika, the fruit of the Sun God himself. With its awakening, Luffy's body now embodies freedom. He can twist the world like rubber, transform his body into cartoon-like forms, and fight with a level of creativity no enemy can predict. Gear 5 has become the symbol of his unshakable will and his destiny as Joy Boy's successor. This is no longer speculation. It is canon. Luffy's Gear 5 is here to stay, and it is the most chaotic, liberating power in the series so far. But Luffy is not just about his devil fruit. His mastery of Haki has also evolved. His Conqueror's Haki now allows him to coat his attacks, creating blows that never touch yet destroy anything in their path. His armament Haki has grown sharper, and his observation Haki continues to expand. Together, they make Luffy a complete fighter, balancing raw creativity with refined spiritual power. On Elbaf, his connection to Nika may deepen even further, especially in a land so tied to the myths of the Sun God. Oro, the right hand of the captain, has also ascended to terrifying levels of strength. His battle against King in Wano revealed not only his growth in swordsmanship but also his ability to wield Conqueror's Haki. Zoro's blades are no longer just tools of steel. They are extensions of his spirit, fueled by his unyielding determination. With Enma, the sword once belonging to Kazuki Oden, Zoro has learned to control immense amounts of Haki, though at the cost of nearly draining his own life. The fight on Elbaf may push him to refine that control, perhaps even forging Enma into a true Black Blade, something only legends like Mihawk have achieved. The path to becoming the world's greatest swordsman demands nothing less. Sanji, the cook with a warrior's heart, reached his own transformation in Wano. The awakening of his Germa-modified body gave him exoskeleton durability, incredible regeneration, and speed that defies comprehension. Combined with his mastery of Haki and his dyeable jam techniques, Sanji became a monster of his own. His battle against Queen was not just a victory for himself but a statement. He is more than just the crew's cook. He is a warrior standing shoulder to shoulder with Zoro. Oda has even confirmed through dialogue and narrative weight that Sanji and Zoro are equals, their strength forming the wings of the Pirate King. On Elbaf, Sanji may face challenges that force him to embrace his heritage further, or perhaps reject it entirely, solidifying his identity as a Straw Hat, not as a Vinsmoke. Nico Robin, the crew's archaeologist, has always been defined more by knowledge than combat. But Whole Cake Island and Wano showed that Robin can fight when needed. Her Devil Fruit abilities reached a terrifying new stage when she unleashed her Demonio Fleur form, sprouting a gigantic demonic body of arms and wings. It was a chilling moment, one that reminded fans why the world government fears her so much. Robin may not match Luffy or Zoro in raw strength, but her power is evolving in parallel with her knowledge of history. On Elbaf, surrounded by giants who may have preserved fragments of the Void Century, Robin's role could be more crucial than ever before. Jinbei, the helmsman of the crew and a former warlord of the sea, brings with him the strength of fishman karate, mastery over the seas, and wisdom that comes from decades of experience. His arrival in Wano as an official member cemented the Straw Hats as a true Emperor's crew. Jinbei's strength has been demonstrated time and again, from clashing with Big Mom herself to protecting Luffy when all seemed lost. On Elbaf, Jinbei's perspective as a leader and his ability to negotiate with prideful warriors may become just as valuable as his fists. Frankie, the shipwright, has always represented innovation and adaptability. With the Thousand Sunny, he gave the Straw Hats a ship worthy of their journey. With his own body, he has turned himself into a walking arsenal. In Wano, his battle against Sasaki proved that Frankie is more than comic relief. He is a powerhouse capable of going head-to-head with the best. On Elbaf, a land where ancient technology may intersect with myths of the Void Century, Frankie's mechanical genius might uncover new weapons or even upgrades to the Sunny that could rival anything Vegapunk has created. Brook, the musician, stands out for his eccentric personality and skeletal body. but he has shown incredible utility and strength throughout the New World. His soul solid techniques allow him to freeze enemies, and his connection to his soul gives him unique advantages no other crew member has. He has walked through fire, crossed into the afterlife, and returned. On Elbaf, where myths and spirits may intertwine, Brook's link to the soul world could reveal secrets that no one else could even perceive. Chopper, the crew's doctor, has grown from a timid reindeer into a brave warrior. His monster point, once uncontrollable, is now fully mastered thanks to the rumble balls and his own discipline. He may still be underestimated by outsiders, but within the crew, Chopper is irreplaceable. On Elbaf, surrounded by giants whose bodies and lifespans differ vastly from humans, Chopper's medical knowledge may be tested like never before. He could learn techniques that push him beyond anything the Grand Line has prepared him for. And then there is Usopp. Often seen as the weakest Straw Hat, Usopp has repeatedly proven that his strength lies not in raw power but in strategy, heart, and bravery. His observation haki began to bloom in Dressrosa, and his sharpshooting remains unparalleled. On Elbaf, Usopp's story comes full circle. His lies about giants, told back in Syrup Village, are now becoming reality. He has always dreamed of becoming a brave warrior of the sea, and in the land of giants, he may finally earn that title. For Usopp, Elbaf is not just another island. It is destiny. Nami, too, cannot be overlooked. With Zeus at her side and her mastery of the Climatact, she has reached levels of power unimaginable back in East Blue. She can summon storms, manipulate lightning, and turn the battlefield into chaos. On Elbaf, a land deeply tied to the weather and the natural world, Nami's skills may evolve even further. She is no longer just a navigator. She is a weather witch, a stormbringer, and one of the keys to the crew's survival. Together, the Straw Hats are no longer underdogs. They are an emperor's crew. Each member has carved their own legend, each has fought battles that would have destroyed ordinary pirates, and each has a role to play in the story's endgame. What has been confirmed so far shows a crew at their peak. But in One Piece, peaks are never permanent. Elbaf will be the place where they break through their current limits. The battles ahead will not just test their strength but their bonds, their dreams, and their destinies. Luffy's laugh will echo as Nika. Zoro's blades will cut deeper. Sanji's flames will burn hotter. Robin will uncover forbidden truths. Usopp will face his greatest fears. Nami will summon the skies. Chopper will heal wounds beyond imagination. Brook will bridge the worlds of the living and the dead. Frankie will build the impossible. Jinbei will stand as the anchor of their will. This is the crew that will conquer Elbaf. This is the crew that will face the final saga. And this is the crew that will bring the world closer to its dawn. This chapter explores the speculative power-ups the Straw Hats could gain while on Elbaf. Based on what we've seen in the manga and hints from Oda, each member has opportunities to reach new heights of strength, skill, and tactical mastery. The first and most obvious area is Luffy. With Gear 5 fully awakened, Luffy has achieved a level of physical freedom and creativity unseen in the series until now. However, Elbaf may push him further. The Giants' culture revolves around combat and rituals that test one's physical and spiritual limits. Training alongside warriors who have lived for centuries could refine Luffy's haki even further, perhaps enabling him to combine observation, armament, and conqueror's haki in ways no one has imagined. Some fans speculate that Luffy may even develop the ability to project his will across distances, similar to the way the Moonlight Jury in the myths of Skypiea can influence the battlefield, though nothing is confirmed. What is clear is that the combination of Gear 5's awakening and giant techniques could make Luffy virtually unstoppable in raw adaptability and unpredictability. Zoro's potential is closely tied to his mastery of Enma. The sword itself demands an immense output of haki to control, and Elbaf could provide the rigorous environment necessary for Zoro to perfect this control. Speculation suggests that the sword may evolve into a black blade of even greater cutting power, or that Zoro might unlock an advanced form of armament haki that can be applied dynamically mid-battle. The Giants could also teach him techniques that rely on leveraging size and momentum, allowing him to fight on both giant and human scales seamlessly. Considering Zoro's ambition to surpass Mihawk, Elbaf is likely the crucible that will forge him into a swordsman worthy of that title. Sanji, as a product of the Vinsmoke enhancements and his own relentless training, may experience a more personal evolution. His raids on Wano revealed his speed, strength, and precision, but the Giant's lessons in technique and honor may unlock previously untapped potential in both his combat style and haki application. For example, some fans theorize that his Skywalk could evolve into a form capable of manipulating gravitational force subtly, allowing him to deliver attacks from impossible angles. Additionally, Elbaf's natural environment may allow him to blend his Diable Jam with newly learned giant techniques, creating fire-powered attacks with destructive potential on a colossal scale. Robin's growth in Elbaf is likely to be intellectual as well as combative. The giant's long lifespans and preserved knowledge could provide her access to lost historical techniques or even forbidden Hito Nomi applications, though this remains speculative. The myths surrounding Nika and Elbaf may also allow Robin to unlock abilities to interact with spiritual energy, which could enhance her combat versatility and provide strategic advantages in uncovering hidden truths. The potential for her to combine intelligence, devil fruit power, and haki in combat is significant, especially when facing enemies who are centuries old or wielding ancient weapons. Jinbei's evolution will likely emphasize leadership and adaptability. With the giants as mentors, he may refine his fishman karate into techniques that manipulate battlefield momentum on a macro scale. This could include abilities to control multiple opponents simultaneously or channel water-based haki into offensive and defensive formations. Jinbei's experience with the Revolutionary Army and the Warlords suggests he may also learn negotiation and tactical skills from the giants, further solidifying his role as the crew's strategic anchor. Franky may find Elbaf to be the perfect laboratory. The giant's tools, machinery, and construction techniques could inspire enhancements to the Thousand Sunny or even his own body. Speculation includes the integration of Elbaf technology with Vegapunk science, creating weapons or systems beyond current comprehension. Some fans predict Franky could develop energy-based or haki-infused weaponry capable of rivaling the destructive capacity of pacifistas, though Oda has not confirmed this. The narrative suggests that the combination of creativity and giant knowledge will push Franky's engineering genius to a new level. Brook's potential power-up may involve further mastery over his soul abilities. Elbaf could expose him to spiritual rituals or energy-based combat techniques unique to giant culture. This may allow him to manipulate spirits, amplify his freezing attacks, or even extend his soul solid technique to larger scales. Brook's unique physiology and experience with death might let him interface with phenomena that others cannot, positioning him as a strategic support fighter with significant offensive potential. Chopper could experience a medical and combat evolution simultaneously. With the giant's knowledge of anatomy and longevity, Chopper might discover new ways to enhance Monster Point or develop alternative forms that balance power and control. There's also speculation that Chopper could learn medicinal techniques capable of curing or stabilizing previously incurable conditions, possibly foreshadowing future storylines involving world-altering diseases or devil fruit effects. Usopp's growth in Elbaf could solidify his role as the crew's tactical genius. Surrounded by warriors who understand timing, distance, and anticipation, Usopp could develop techniques that allow him to manipulate battlefield outcomes indirectly. This could include precision sniping enhanced by observation haki, traps that exploit giant-scale environments, or new forms of the Kabuto capable of mimicking giant weaponry. On Elbaf, Usopp has the opportunity to evolve from sharpshooter to legendary tactician. Nami's potential evolution is tied to the environment itself. Elbaf's weather patterns, connected to giant myths and possibly tied to the Sun God Nika, could unlock new ways to manipulate climate and electricity. Speculation suggests Nami could achieve a form of advanced weather control that rivals the destructive storms of ancient myths, providing both offensive and defensive capabilities of unprecedented scale. Her intelligence, combined with Zeus or a similar entity, may allow her to alter the battlefield dynamically, turning even giant-scale confrontations in the crew's favor. The overarching theme for all Straw Hats in Elbaf is that the island is more than just a place for fights. It is a crucible for evolution, blending physical challenges, environmental mastery, historical knowledge, and spiritual enlightenment. Each power-up is not just about strength, it is about refinement, synergy, and awakening potential that has been building over decades. The confirmed abilities show the baseline, but the speculative power-ups point to a future where every Straw Hat could surpass anything previously imaginable. This combination of confirmed growth and speculative evolution makes Elbaf one of the most exciting stages for the crew. It is where raw talent meets wisdom, where myth meets reality, and where the Straw Hat's journey toward the Pirate King's destiny will accelerate. The lessons learned, the fights endured, and the bonds strengthened here could define the endgame of One Piece. Every crew member stands on the threshold of transformation. Luffy will push Gear 5 beyond current limits. Zoro will refine Enma to perfection. Sanji may combine fire, speed, and giant techniques into a new art. Robin could gain insights connecting history and combat. Jinbei might control battles on a scale previously unimaginable. Franky could integrate giant tech into lethal upgrades. Brook could expand his soul techniques. Chopper could become a medical and combat prodigy. Usopp could master giant-scale strategy. Nami might become the Storm Incarnate. In essence, Elbaf is not just an island. It is a proving ground. It is the next step in evolution for the Straw Hats. And it is here that legends will rise, powers will awaken, and destinies will begin to converge. And that's just the beginning of what awaits the Straw Hats in Elbaf. Don't forget to like the video and follow the channel so you don't miss part 2, where we dive into the Straw Hats' intense battles, secret training, and the shocking mysteries hidden within the Land of Giants.